Merry week after Christmas.
This is one of the worst weeks of the whole year, I think, honestly.
The cleaning out has been really difficult for me. Like just getting everything in its place and just restoring order. And
Yes.
I think you get better at it. Do you think? And as the kids get older, it has to get easier.
Yeah, it actually wasn't too bad this year. I did a YouTube video yesterday on it, and you just have to set the timer for 5 minutes and go after it because it's annoying things. It's Amazon returns and updating my address book and things. I'm like, you just got to do it or it's going to sit there for 3 weeks,
Yep. So we set out to have a more meaning, less doing Christmas. And we actually covered a lot of ground. And so I want to recap. I want to hear from everyone how it went, how the planner functioned, and just how did we do? Let's just fill up our report card and recap Christmas 2021. It was actually just early November that I was like, hey, what if we just kind of put together a little organizer, to help us all keep track of all of the details of Christmas. Yeah. And so that's how the planner came about, which was really fun. And the feedback has been pretty good. And so I definitely want to hear feedback and hear from you, because then next year we can improve upon it and we'll be even more meaning and less doing. So overall, Dawn, how do you feel looking back over Christmas? How do you think you did?
Probably the only area that got a little out of control this year, it felt like, again, was gifts. Okay. And it is still so difficult balancing the wants and needs of the gift people in our life versus everyone else. I mean, really, it's like you and dad are gifts people and the rest of us are meh, take it or leave it. And so I think if we could figure out a way to scale that back again next year, obviously with kids, we're always going to be doing gifts with kids. But for the adults, I think it could get scaled back a little bit again.
And more so on your end, were you feeling like you still were just having to do too much running around and buying?
Yeah, it still just felt like the list was too long of people that we were buying for.
Yeah, I think we are definitely overdue for the adults to just draw names or something.
Or go out to dinner.
That would be nice.
It was kind of different when you weren't married either. And, now it's you have Princeton to buy gifts and stuff for you. So it's do we just all go out as adults, go out to a nice dinner, get babysitters, and then that's it? And then Christmas is the kids, and that's it.
And then, you and I would still exchange gifts.
Obviously.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Sign me up. I think that's a fantastic idea. No, I think we're there because especially Tom, Princeton, our brother Eric, they kind of feel like filler gifts that we just end up getting because we have to. So I think,
and I almost feel it'd be better if they just went with the expectation that we're not getting gifts, instead of, So.
And I think for the kids, I think with mom, we've gotten to a good place where the limit is 3 with the kids.
Yeah.
So that feels,
I think that's fine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you guys still don't buy gifts for the kids because they get from the family. Is that kind of?
No, we did. We bought them each one gift this year. And so that feels really good. So I feel like we've gotten the kids kind of in check, and then we'll still do Tom's family and they'll get another gift there or two. Well, goodness. And we haven't even seen his mom yet. So, oh man. Yeah, they're just a little more spread out this year. So I haven't seen it all. But it's I know a lot of times the question comes up from parents, how do we get family to scale back? And I look at it like a 3-year process. So take notes this year. I think using your Christmas planner to jot down notes, even now still, of what you would do differently. And then next year, just know okay, in October, I need to start telling the grandparents gifts for consumables or experiences. And so take some notes now and just think, okay, we're just going to adjust a little bit next year and do it a little bit better.
That's a really good idea. And along those lines, we ended up doing a really good job on Christmas Day of meal planning. And we had some good, just kind of snacks in the evening that were they're actually really tasty. And so I was okay, I need to write this down for next year because they were simple, but tasty. And there's no reason now to reinvent this wheel for next year. And like that can be part of the tradition. Again, like taking off pressure to do everything, different and Pinterest worthy all the time, but just like, okay, this is our Christmas menu, and this is our gift giving, kind of guidelines. Understanding families are going to change and dynamics are going to change, but kind of establishing some of those baselines.
Yeah. And so how about you? How did you feel like getting to like take some time to actually like appreciate the season and your main focus for the season?
Yeah, I really thought I loved doing the Saturday devotionals. And, we were digging into the throne names of Jesus, and that was really fun. And I know a lot of us just it was that time to just like step back and like recenter, and maybe learn a little bit. And I learned a little bit, putting those together, which was really fun. So I feel like that was a good rhythm for us. And then that devotional from Tama Fortner, that resource, I've heard a lot of really positive feedback because it was simple, it was accessible, it encouraged you. I thought that really helped as well.
That's awesome. And how about your Christmas tea?
The Christmas tea was so fun. Did you have fun?
I thought it was fun. Besides people saying I should have tried on the hat. Like, guys, like if you know me, come on.
So I corrected my gift for Dawn, and I got her how do you like the black fleece?
I love it. It is so warm.
Okay. So I corrected my gift. I got Dawn something black, and it's also athleisure because that's a little bit more her stage of life right now. And then I just thought it would be fun to get this like cute little stocking cap that I got when I was in Pennsylvania visiting my friend. And Dawn thought it was a little too glitzy.
Flashy. Yeah.
Shiny. And this is what I have to tell you. So yes, I was really, really happy that there were so many comments, not turning on me this time. Like, don't you know your sister? But like, okay, Dawn could loosen up a little bit. And so that kind of made me happy. Okay. But Dawn, I will tell you this. I have never gotten so many compliments on a piece of clothing in my life.
As the hat?
The hat. Everywhere I go.
Really?
Everywhere I go. Strangers in Target. Everywhere.
Okay.
So I already mailed yours to the lucky winner. So you don't get a chance here to redo it.
Darn. Yeah. I'll live with that, I guess. That's funny.
But yeah, I thought, it was fun because the Christmas tea is something I've been doing with our family for years now. And honestly, we didn't even get to do it this year as a family because of just sickness and different things going on. So then to get to do it live virtually with everybody was so
fun. And
we still used mom's Christmas tea cups and everything. And it was just really a lot of fun. So so I definitely appreciate that encouragement too of like, what's your thing? And what's the thing that you are going to spend some time on? Not everything has to be scaled back and minimized.
Yeah.
So picking and choosing kind of those moments. I still have cookie dough and frosting in my cupboard that we never got to. Like I was going to do Christmas cookies with the nieces and nephews. And so I don't know if that stuff will keep till next year.
Maybe use it for like Valentine's Day or something.
Yeah, Valentine's Day. That would be a good idea. Here's a good one, Dawn. Do you like stock up on gift wrap or that kind of stuff now that everything's on clearance?
I don't go out searching it out, but I took Gage to the dollar store yesterday, and they did have all of the holiday gift wrap 2 for $1.
Oh, wow.
So I did grab some because we actually used it all up this year. Yeah. If we still had inventory, I would not add to it, but we were actually all out. So I did grab some. Okay. So, and I have a very specific place to store it and put it. And, I know where it's going to be. So,
yeah, mine used to be all over the basement. And then I've had it for years because I forget that I had it. But now I have just one of those nice long totes. And we used every inch of wrapping paper this year. I felt really good about that, get it cleaned out. And so now if I see some, I might grab it. So, probably the last thing we should touch on that was kind of part of the more meaning, less doing was just spending meaningful time with people, and if that was like, if you had time to fit that in during the holiday season, or if it meant we also encourage people to kind of put that off and schedule it for January or into the new year. And so is that something you felt like you got to do this year?
I thought it was fun. We did a cookie exchange with our aunt. So that was really fun to get to do that. But then otherwise, I have a couple like coffee dates that I'm going to schedule for January just because I was like, I don't think it'll be as enjoyable right now if I have to like run errands around it and, and just be thinking about all the stuff. So it was kind of like half and half this year.
Well, and your small group gals got together too. Didn't you?
We did. Yeah. So that was fun. Yeah. We went out to dinner. So that was really nice. Yeah.
Well, and that helped me too, because that was, I believe that's one of the first pages in the Christmas planner is just like, okay, what are we going to do less of this year? Where can we scale back? And what's really important? Like, who would you have coffee or lunch with? And for me, that was my friend Peggy. And so I think if I hadn't actually like thought that through, I wouldn't have taken that trip. Mm-hmm. And so I went on that just 2-day whirlwind trip to Pittsburgh. But it is amazing how a mom without kids, 2 days is actually like, I feel like it would have been a week of single life.
Although it was funny when you texted me and you're like, I miss the kids.
The first night. So I had told Princeton, I was like, hey, we're not going to FaceTime, especially at night. Like, I feel like that might actually make it harder for the kids.
Yep.
And then here I was on the first day at 5 o'clock. I was like, well, honey, I think it would be okay if we just talked for a few minutes. I just have to see their little faces. I actually was super surprised at how much I missed them. By the second night, I was doing a lot better.
That's funny.
Oh man, but it was refreshing. We had a lot of fun. It was like the perfect balance of just like rest and hang out, and then we went and did a couple of fun things, and so I was really grateful for that. So, and I still do want to be sensitive. We were really fortunate to have family in town over Christmas. I got to travel. I do know that's not possible for everybody, and like I just feel like the world is still in so many different places, and different people have different personal realities right now. So I know we heard from a lot of people that it was a difficult time of year. And so I was glad that we could, I know you guys did a live on Christmas Eve and we could just do different things to connect as a community throughout the holiday as well.
Well, and Diana, I should mention too, someone asked what book I'm currently reading. I'm listening to Forgiving What You Can't Forget by Lysa Terkeurst.
Oh,
it is so good. I've listened to other books of hers, but this one I think is by far the best that she has ever done. So if you're maybe hanging on to a little offense through the holidays, which happens, like totally happens. I think I really like listening to it because I love how she narrates and tells it, but I would highly recommend that book. And actually, Diana, I have a link for if you haven't used it before for a 30-day free trial of Audible. So we could probably put that down below too. Because I know because why do the audiobooks have to be so stinking expensive, right? So
no, but does she narrate it?
Yeah, she does. It's so good. Yeah. Like hearing her care for you in the as she's reading it, it just, I don't know, you come away feeling very like validated and understood, I think. So it's a really powerful book.
Forgiving What You Can't Forget by Lysa Terkeurst. And we'll put a link for a free Audible trial if that'll help to kind of defray the cost a little bit. So, that's a great, you know what? This is a good time this week, especially great time to just kind of detox a little. If that's like emotionally like, okay, didn't like when so-and-so said that, didn't like how this felt. Like that's real. And so giving yourself a little space and grace as you kind of just like put things back in order, put them back in order in your heart too. So that's really good. Coming up on Saturday, Happy New Year, and I have some encouragement for us to really look forward to 2022. It's going to be a good year. It's going to be a good year.
Yes, it is.
So I'm really looking forward to that, and then we'll just continue to hang out, and it's going to be a good year.
Yeah.